Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Single on Purpose, the podcast. I am your host, Brittney Batson, and also the author of Single on Purpose. And I'm super excited about our episode today. Today, we're talking about something so important for this single season. And honestly, I think it's so important for life in general. Now, we're diving into chapter 7, and it's focusing on self love. And we talked about that in the episode before. And we're actually going to go a little bit deeper, okay? Because self love isn't just about self care, which we usually kind of put it all together. And yes, getting your nails done, getting massages, taking yourself out, all of those things are amazing and great, but it goes so much deeper than that. It's really, honestly, in my opinion, about knowing who you are in God and breaking free from the things that sabotage you from love. And those things can be jealousy, envy, comparison, rivalry, and honestly, we all experience them at some point in our lives, right? And it's important to understand how to navigate through them. So that's what we're going to talk about today because these aren't just words. They are really often traps that we can find ourselves in. And when we're in them, they take away our joy, our confidence, and honestly, it takes away our opportunity to see our own purpose and calling because we're so busy looking at the girl next to us. So I want to get real today and I want to talk about how to truly love yourself in God's light and from a place of positivity and genuinely loving and rooting for other people as well as yourself all at the same time. Now you may be wondering, like, why does this matter? Why do I care about this? How is this going to help me find or discover or fulfill my purpose here? Well, honestly, it is crucial. And we live in a world that is super obsessed with external validation, right? We know that. Everybody looks at how pretty you are, how much money you are, who you're dating, how many followers you have, and social media plays a huge role in that, but we do too, right? And sometimes we forget to limit the time that we spend on there or caring about what other people think. So we see other people's relationships, other people's bodies, other people's lives, other people traveling, other people moving into big homes or getting married or having kids or whatever it may be. And sometimes we question, we ask, why not me? What's wrong with me? When is my time coming? I want that. Or you may even feel not so happy for someone, just to be honest. And there's a little bit of jealousy and envy in there. But I want you to know that it's okay, it's normal. But now, what do you do with that, right? Because here's the truth. I want you to know that when we compare ourselves to other people, whether it's in a boardroom, in a meeting, at our career, at our job, our siblings, at a game, whatever it is, it really blinds us from our own gifts and it steals the joy in the moment that we have right then and there. It can even really honestly block us from stepping into the unique purpose that God has for us because we're so fixated, we're so focused on comparing ourselves to others, or we're sitting in a place of envy, jealousy, and comparison all at the same time that we miss what we have inside. And I'm here to tell you right now that you are gifted, you are talented. You were born on purpose for a purpose by purpose himself. Okay. And I don't want you to think that this is about, walking around feeling vain or really focusing all on yourself. It's not. That is not what finding and discovering your purpose is all about. I want you to know that it's really so much deeper than that. It's really about developing a relationship with yourself and a relationship with God to know and understand that you were beautifully and fearfully and wonderfully made, and to really understand that your worth does not come from appearance, achievements, relationship status, money in the bank, or someone else's opinion. And plus, can I be honest with you? All of those things change. And it's really about knowing who you are in God's eyes because I want to tell you, He designed you with a specific purpose while you are here on this earth. You are not a mistake. You are not a mistake. And there is something that God is calling you to do. And sometimes breaking free from certain things that are keeping us down or in bondage, we got to get past that, heal so that we can walk into our true purpose. And I really struggled with this because being an athlete, and having siblings, we're competing, we're comparing all the time, right? And you get so caught up sometimes in all the applause and what other people think, and you start to really build your life off of the opinions of other people. But my question is, what happens when it becomes silent? What happens when people aren't cheering for you anymore? What happens when what used to be in style isn't in style anymore, right? sometimes you crash. Sometimes you don't love yourself. Sometimes you realize, I don't know who I am. Sometimes you realize, wait, I was in a trap. I was really depending so much on other people. But I want you to break free from that trap of comparison and those whispers that you need to be like someone else, or you always need to be great and perfect, or those whispers that keep you focused on someone else, or really kind of like not even celebrating what you have and how far you've come. Because sometimes that alone can breed insecurity and jealousy, right? And I want you to know that God's got a plan for you, and it is to prosper you and not to harm you, and to help you develop the skills that He's already gifted you with. Right. And not to be envious of someone else, because we don't really want to live our life wanting what other people have or wanting someone else's gifts, because they've been gifted with that for a specific reason and a specific calling. And sometimes, can I be real with you? It creates this rivalry, right? This rivalry, and it's unnecessary. It's not even necessary. And it really builds your life on competition instead of community. Think about it. Instead of competing with that person, this person is part of your community and will help you grow as well as you help them. And I think that is 10 times better and more healthy on any day, right? Now, competition can be healthy and it is good, especially when you're in sports and you're in competitive environments, of course. But a healthy way to compete is what I'm talking about. And I think it's so important to understand that when you realize your gifts and talents, you don't really have to block yourself. You don't have to block God. You don't have to block other people for the gifts and talents that they have either, or what God has given to someone else. So I want you to realize that sometimes our life gets super busy. Sometimes we are on social media a little bit too long, but we have to kind of mature up a little bit. And I want to tell you, this is where I had to make a really big decision on just maturing. Hey, you need to probably cut that out a little bit. You're on that a little bit too much. Hey, are you rooting for her, or are you envious of her? And they're different. They all have different meanings. But I want you to know that this is the beautiful part about all of this. When you're secure and you limit the places where you feel insecure, and you work and you heal in those areas, you will get to know that you're so valuable, and you're valuable in God's eyes. And let me tell you this, it's even better. The way that God sees you will never change. It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter if you have makeup on. It doesn't matter if you won the race. It doesn't matter if you didn't win the race. It doesn't matter if everyone knows your name, or it doesn't matter if no one knows your name. It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are, the way you look. Nothing, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. God's love, it does not change. It's constant. And when I thought about it, can I be 100% honest with you? I realized I had built my life off the opinions of other people. When I asked myself, hey, who are you? Everything I had listed really was what I had heard from other people say about me, right? But what I came to realize, and what God really helped me realize, was that you can build your life on something so much better, so much stronger, and that will make you a better person and will help you walk into your calling. But first, I need you to get past and understand that, hey, there's some areas that you're insecure, and they do cause you to be competitive. They do cause you to be envious of other people. And envious to me is more so, hey, you want what someone else has, right? And sometimes you're jealous. You're not really rooting for her deep down. And why? And when I got to the root of all of that, it was because I didn't know who I was. I was depending on everyone else's opinion. And when I didn't hear their opinion, when I didn't hear their applause, it really made me struggle internally. It really made me doubt who I was as a person, because I had built my life on other people's opinions. And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know. But we're human, right? We're human, and we love when people are cheering for us. We love when people know our name. We love when we get likes and follows. It feels good, right? Of course it does. But we don't want it to define us. There's a difference there. It had defined me my entire life, until I was finally able to realize and spend time with God and heal and work through those insecurities to realize, wait. There is a love that lasts through all of it, through the silence. It doesn't matter. I don't have to prove myself. I don't have to show up perfect all the time. I don't have to compete my way through life. Guess what? I am loved the same today as I will be the rest of my life. And I don't have to do anything to earn it. And that is a love that is worth building your life off of. And that is a love that will lead and guide you to truly walk in your purpose in the healthiest way possible. Because let me tell you, mindset is so important, because let me tell you, if you discover your purpose, if you feel like you have your purpose, that God's gifted you with the knowledge to know that at this time, and your heart isn't right, it honestly, it's not really going to to really help you live your happiest life, to live your most fulfilled life, because you're still allowing that other side to probably come into this side. Now, let me break that down a little bit more, okay? Now, you can have discovered your purpose, but still have malice in your heart for other people. So while I'm walking out my purpose, I am not rooting for her. To me, it's kind of you're living two different lives, right? And really, what I would want to do is say, God, help me realize why I feel this way about this person, and help me build my life off of true love. And remember that my life and the love that you have for me is not built off of what I have or what I don't have or what someone else has or what they don't have or performance or me winning or me failing or me succeeding. It does not matter. That your love for me never changes. And I want the love that you have for me to pour out in my life, my actions, my mouth for other people. And when you can see how much God loves you, I feel like that love truly pours out. It pours out on its own. And you realize, wait, nothing can separate me from God's love. He loves me so much that he sent his son down here for me. Not even that, that he said that I am beautifully, wonderfully made, that he will give everything for me. And he did, right? And at the end of the day, when you start to live with that humility, when you start to live with that knowledge and understanding, that truth will set you free. And I remember reading it in this book, and I was like, the truth shall set you free. I didn't get it because it was on the first page. After I had read through it, I was like, I get it now. When you know the truth, that you are not defined by other people, other things, and performance, or other people's opinions, or how much money you have in the bank, or what car you drive, or how tall you are, or how skinny you are, or how this, whatever. Guess what? You walk differently, you live differently, you love differently, and you realize I don't have to compete for God's love, that he loves me the same way as he loves her, him, my sister, my brother. We don't have to compete. And guess what? I don't have to prove myself. I'm good enough just being here. I'm good enough just waking up. And that alone is a cheer on, basically saying that God's cheering me on every day. He said, I made you and I made you perfectly. I want you to get to know me more so I can help you get to know you more, and I can show you what I called you to do. And you can do it in a way from love, in a place of love, instead of pain and insecurity and jealousy and comparison, right? And when you know your worth through Christ is unshakable, and no one can take that from you except you not believing the truth. And the truth is that you are loved, and nothing can separate you from the love of God. Build your life off of that. Build your life over something that's unshakable. Build your life over something that's not going to change. Build your life on a foundation that is strong, a foundation that you know will last a lifetime. So even in those moments, and I will tell you, I still have those moments. What is it, me? Am I not good enough? Am I not smart enough? Well, maybe I will tell you right now, because I spend time with God, because I know the truth quickly comes in and goes, that's not true. But when I don't spend time with God, when I don't know the truth, guess what was coming in? Guess what was coming? All the lies, and I was feeding into it. I would cry, I would not feel good enough. I would need affirmation from other people. Once again, you're flip flopping. You're going all over the place to find what you should know, what you have to discover on your own. And that the love that God has for you, the way he sees you, what he has placed you to do on this earth is unique to you. It's unique to you, and somebody is waiting for you to discover it, to heal and discover it. And that has powered me. That has powered me since I was 18 years old. And I would just want you to know that the power of words is important. I want you to know that you are loved. And I want you to know that you're valuable. And I want you to know that you're enough just as you are. That doesn't mean you're perfect. That doesn't mean you don't need healing. That doesn't mean you don't need counseling. That doesn't mean you don't need to journal and spend time with God. What that means is that the way that you wake up in your human form, you are loved. Does not mean that God doesn't want better for you. Doesn't mean that God doesn't have better for you. Because he loves you so much, he does have better for you. How about that? Absolutely, he does. Absolutely. And I want you to understand that it's okay to take your time. It's okay to say, hey, God, I don't know how to do this. It's okay to say, God, can you help me? It's okay to say, lead me and guide me. I promise all of these things I have done and I still do today because I know where to go. I do not question anymore, ever again, where to go when I feel insecure, when I feel down, when I don't feel good enough. I know where to go. Because when I go to God, I get the truth. When I go to God, it rebuilds my foundation, the screw that gets loose over time that's in the table. And you're like, why is that loose? because it just happens over time. It gets screwed back in tight, and I'm tight and I'm sturdy now. I'm ready to go out. And guess what? It helps me set healthy boundaries with myself. It helps me set healthy boundaries with social media. It helps me set healthy boundaries with other people and my family and my career. And I just want you to know, when you're able to know and build your life off of God's truth and how He sees you, it will, I promise you, benefit you more than any of the other places. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are God's masterpiece. I want you to rejoice because God made you. And I want you to know that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. And I want you to know that nothing can separate you from God's love. Nothing can separate you from God's love. And I want you to know, more than anything, He's rooting for you. He says that I have plans to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you hope in the future. Don't you want to know what those plans are? I do. And because I do value who God made me to be. I want to become the best woman, the best version of who He created me to be. So I do the work. I get out there. I journal. I write down, hey, what's going on? How are you feeling today? I go to counseling. I share, hey, I'm feeling this way. I feel like comparing myself. I don't feel as secure. They didn't pick me at work. Or I'm feeling a little jealous because I'm spending too much time on social media. Or I feel like I'm not really getting into understanding who God has created me to be because I'm not spending time with Him. And then I realized, oh, how can I fix it? How can I change these things in my life and create healthier habits? By building new routines, right? Build those new routines so that you can, over time, build those healthier habits and create that healthier lifestyle. And I promise it will benefit you, and it will help you, girl, walk single on purpose. It will help you truly activate and truly walk and live confidently in the calling that God has over your life. You are loved. You are so valuable. And I want you to know that no one, nothing on this planet Earth loves you more than God does. No, no one. They didn't make you. They didn't create you. Think about the thing that you created and how much love you put into it. No one loves it probably as much as you because you made it and put time into it. That's how God feels about you. His love will never fail and it will never change. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how much money you make. And that is worth building your life on. That is worth the foundation of who you are, the core of who you are in your heart. And when you live from a place of love, you're able to give it. And not only are you able to give it easier, you're able to give it more. And it actually shows in your work, in your purpose, in your calling. So I am super excited for you. Try to get out there, try to start journaling, try to get out there, start taking those walks, spending time with God, start praying intentionally. And I promise God will change your life. He will lead and guide you to why He created you, okay? Because guess what? You are unconditionally loved. You were created on purpose, by purpose, and you have a purpose. And honestly, the only way to discover it is by spending time with the one that created you. And when you're able to do that, you're able to live from a place of confidence and not comparison, jealousy, or rivalry, because we all go through it. Now, how will you navigate to the other end, right? Because you don't want to sit and always be jealous of someone. Who wants to be jealous of their best friend? No, girl, I'm rooting for you because I want all winners around me in my circle. That's what God has called us to be. And that's when you know you're in a healthy, whole place and a beautiful place, because you can celebrate with other people, not just for yourself, but you can celebrate the success and what God's doing in the lives of other people. I'm super excited to get into our next episode. So if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. And if you haven't already bought the book, Single on Purpose, it's really awesome. It's really the truth of my walk as a single woman and understanding how to break free from a lot of things that were trying to hold me back and walk in my true singleness so that I can understand that, hey, God made me for a reason. And I am worthy and I am called, and God has called me to do some great things, but I do need to heal through these so I can truly walk and activate the purpose and calling He has over my life. So I'm Brittney Batson. Can't wait to see you in the next episode.